And we are so back.
Always back. Guess who's back? Back again.
Back and better than ever.
Always better than ever. That's what we do. Can't keep us down.
Never.
I was on
Always.
my way over here, and as soon as I get in my car, we get,
Do you believe in life after love?
and then followed by, I'm a genie in a bottle,
Oh, that's
baby.
perfect.
And I was like, this is a solid vibe. And then as I was like turning into your neighborhood, we get some hit me, baby, one more time. And I was like, it's like
It's
my
like a
car.
late 90s throwback.
100%. It's like my car and my phone and my everything knew where I was going and what I was doing. And it was like, here you go today.
We're going to Chris's house. It's going to be gay.
It's gonna be gay. Yeah. All right. Fantastic.
Welcome to Dysfunctionally Yours, the podcast where we embrace the chaos, laugh through the struggles, and find hope on the other side of trauma. I'm your host, Brittany, and if you've ever felt like your life was a beautifully messy roller coaster of dysfunction, trust me, you're in good company. Here, we'll have real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous conversations about mental health, relationships, and healing, because let's be honest, life isn't always pretty, but that doesn't mean we can't come out of it stronger and maybe even smiling. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of bubbles, and let's navigate this wild journey together, dysfunctionally, but never alone.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling less, what's the word? I feel like I have my own space back in my house, which is nice. That's kind of my
Your relief.
ache, actually. Well, okay, kind of sort of. I have a really good relief this week that I'm so stoked to talk about. But my ache of the week was and it's not, and this is no offense to, like, my in-laws are great. I love
Yeah.
them. They will do anything for my family, all the things.
Yeah.
But having 5 dogs in my house and having 2 other people's stuff just randomly around the house for like a solid week, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm glad to see you. Glad you're here.
Right.
Love the dogs. And I want my life back.
Sure.
Not to be dramatic.
I mean, but like, let's be for real, for real. 5 dogs is a lot of dogs, regardless of their size. So that's a lot. Even if that was the only thing, that's a lot. So
It definitely reinforced that maybe I do not want a puppy like I always think I do when I see puppies on TikTok and Reddit and all of that, because I'm constantly like, oh, look at these English cream retrievers. They're gorgeous. They're just cute little fluffy marshmallows, and they are just the sweetest dogs ever. And so I'm constantly like telling my husband, should we get a puppy? Should we get a puppy? Like, I'll take real good care of it. And
no, you
he's
should
like,
not get a
no,
puppy.
you shouldn't. We shouldn't do that. So no, just two. We'll stick with two big dogs for us. But yes,
Yeah.
so it's an ache in the sense of, like, it was a solid week that I felt like I didn't have my own space, even though I was in my
Yeah.
own house. Again, like, that's not an offense to, like, my in-laws or anything. Love them. It was just a lot, and I'm just very happy with having my space back.
We love that. That's a good thing. I mean, I guess I had my son in my space for a minute and then he's been gone. And then whenever I moved or when I moved them, I ended up with a bunch of extra furniture and stuff in my house. And so that is slowly but surely finding its way where it needs to go. And so piece by piece,
Throws out the window.
which is a Kelly Clarkson song.
I told you
I
last
know.
week. I told you. You all saw this. Who doesn't know Piece by Piece by Kelly Clarkson?
I don't know. It's also like, isn't it the name of the entire album?
Quite literally.
I was sitting there, I was like, let me look this up.
Because you were just staring at me last week while I'm singing to All I Remember.
The fact that I was
back.
like, are you making this up? You're like, no.
No. I make up a
Also-
lot of shit, but not that.
Also, funny story about like just my lack of trust in all of the things. At work, there is a new car that showed up recently. and it has custom plates on it. And I've had multiple people come to me and be like, Brittany, is that your car? And I'm like, no, it's not. And
Should it be?
yeah, it should be. It's a very nice car. Um, and I was like, no, that's actually not my car. And I swore I knew who it was. Like I swore. And I was like, it's so and so's car. Called it out and everything. So then one day I'm walking up I'm going upstairs. The person whose car I thought it was coming downstairs. And I was like, hey,
You have a nice
and
car.
I tell her this story, blah, 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 blah. And everybody thinks your car is my car. And she's like, that's not my car. And I was like,
Oh,
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are you fucking with me? And she's like, no, that's not my car. And I was like, I don't believe you. She's like, walk out with me. I said, I'm going to. I'm going to walk out to the parking lot.
we're going to solve this right here, right now.
Right. She tells me what she does drive. And I'm like, I've never even seen this car you're speaking of. I legit walked her all the way outside to her car, which was not
the
car with the custom plates. I said, whose car is this? She's like, I don't know. It's nice though. And she looks at the custom plates and she's like, oh, yeah, I would have thought it was your car too.
And here we are. And we still don't know.
I don't know whose it is. And now I'm on a mission.
What kind of car is it?
It's a very nice car.
Very nice. Okay.
It's a very nice car that I will never be able to afford.
Like a black luxury SUV.
Literally.
Like the Yukon that was in my driveway.
No, more luxurious. Anyways, so that happened, but that just goes to show like how no, like with my whole chest, I was like, you're making this up. And again, with my whole
Stop
chest.
lying.
Right. No, 100%.
Like the jig is up. We got it.
With my whole chest, I swore that this woman was lying to me to the point I walked her out. And then I walked back into the building and I was like, I am a whole ass psychopath. Like the level of psychopathy that was.
I mean, you had to confirm. Right. You got your confirmation.
Right. See?
And it's still a mystery. So
it's still a mystery.
To be determined, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. So also, I don't know if you've seen this because our algorithms, as we know, are very different.
Hey, you got a Michael Jackson squirrel this morning.
And every once in a while I get that squirrel doing other sultry dances too. So I was like, I do appreciate this puppet squirrel doing sultry dances against the window. But did you see that guy
the guy that got kidnapped by the dolphins in Florida?
Okay, that was fake news. I literally looked that one up on Snopes and did a whole deep dive on it. And it was like meant to be satire from the beginning. And then people just ran with it. But it was never even a real article. Like people actually called law enforcement to confirm if this was a real thing. And no, it was in fact not.
I think that that's all a cover up and that this guy really was summoned by dolphins and made this underwater city. Like there's no other logical explanation
other than that the entire story is fake.
Other than Gerald found this guy and was like, we need you. This is your time. We're doing this.
This entire story was made up from start to finish. It's not real. There is no man. This is not even a real man. No, I was going to talk about the guy in Las Vegas who got drunk and stole a flamingo. Did you hear about that?
No, just one?
Well, yeah. So he stole a flamingo at whatever hotel has the flamingos.
Okay. I don't know why we have hotel flamingos, but sure.
Well, yeah. They had hotel tigers too, so probably the same hotel, actually. Anyway, he stole a flamingo. He took it back up to his room and
I don't like where this is going.
No, he tortured this poor flamingo. I want to say the flamingo's name is Penny.
Okay, so Penny's still alive?
Penny is still alive. They got this guy on camera, like dragging this flamingo to his room. And then when they got to the room, there was like blood and feathers all over the place. Penny was taken to the emergency flamingo vet and was expected to make a full recovery. And the guy's response to this was, well, I was drunk. And you know what?
No.
We need to stop
No. Someone should be dragging you across the hotel.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Well, I was drunk.
Like, yeah, how is, well, I was drunk, your excuse? Like, I don't think, well, I was drunk is an excuse for much of anything. Like, yes, you might have been drunk. Like, that might be a fact. That's not an excuse.
That doesn't mean we just run off, find a flamingo, drag it back to the hotel room, and then do whatever he did to that flamingo.
Yeah. Isn't that horrible?
Is he in jail?
I don't know.
Probably should be.
Should be. That's like an
Aw,
exotic animal too, which I feel like would come with a higher price tag than like
poor
a
flamingo.
puppy. I know, how horrible. I was like, my brain and the intrusive thoughts started to like create a picture of what happened in that hotel room. And I was like, no, 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 like,
Yep.
nope.
Nope. The second you said it, my brain was like starting to block it out. Like, nope, we can't. There's
Yep. No details
Nope.
allowed. No details allowed. No. So that is I've been meaning to talk to you about it. Like it's really been weighing on my brain.
I can tell.
Like I have to talk to Chris about the tortured flamingo. No, super sad. What's your ache and relief of the week? I mean, I guess you sort of touched on was it all in one?
No, my relief.
Yeah.
So, and this sounds so
because I was paying attention. I swear. You looked at me like just thought.
I literally just said that. But okay.
All right, Brittany, thanks for paying attention.
Right. My relief of the week. So I have a tendency, like my cuticles are normally terrible, dry. Like I don't really know how to. Like I'm a horrible gay. Like I don't know how to take care of my like cuticles, and so they're just crazy. They just get crazy, uncontrollable.
Okay.
They get super dry, and then I do this lovely thing where when my skin gets dry, I want to like pick at it. And like a year ago, I ended up ripping off my entire nail bed by accident.
Oh,
yeah, it was wild.
my little hand.
Yeah, like on my finger over here, like had a whole new nail grow over the course of like 2 months. It was terrible. I wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, all that to say, since then, I still have not figured out how to properly care for my cuticles. When all of a sudden,
I watch E! Network and Cuticle Care.
Well, kind of. I was at a friend's house this week and she was like, well, yeah, I have like this cuticle oil that I use and you can just like put it on your cuticles. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's cuticle oil that we can use on our cuticles that prevents them from drying out. Crazy. So she told me the brand and everything.
They
and
sell it at Target.
Well, she told me the brand and it got like it was fine. It got high enough reviews, but I ended up getting a different brand. The one I got was natural milk and honey cuticle oil. It smells great. Like I just put some on before you got here, actually. Like it's so good. But I've been using it. It's like $10. I got it on Amazon. Very high reviews. I've been using it for like 4 days. I have there's no blood. They're healing. Like they look fantastic. Like I have never seen fingers so beautiful.
I love that journey for you. I love that you're in your era of being the gayest of gay boys running around the land, actually. And the more you talk every week, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're getting a little gayer every week.
We are getting gayer every week.
We went from jorts with mesh tops to cuticle care all in the span of a week.
And I'm here for it. Like, you do you. I support you in all of the things. But I'm absolutely like, this is a whole new world. And I'm watching you like enter your gay era. Like
I know it's
always been gay, but like the gay, like the gay,
like hair, nails, all the things.
No, the fact that you were like, yeah, but I couldn't do that because I need to work on this area and this area before I put on this adorable Speedo. I was like, that is a gay man talking to me right now. And then you send me the Speedo with the mesh top. And I'm like,
that is so fucking cute.
Because at first I was like, this is a black Speedo. Like this, I mean, it's like, it's cute. And also like, I know. Then as I was like scrolling. Okay, because let's be honest. First I noticed it. And then I noticed the man modeling it because I have eyes. And then I'm like, look at that. Look at that. That little detail right there makes this go from like fine to like super cute. Yeah.
And normally I go for more, what's what's the right word? Bold and expressive, like something more than just a typical basic black. Like I want some like I don't know, like I've seen some Speedos that have like down the front, it has like different like crisscrosses and different things like that or whatever you
Feels
call
like a
those.
lot.
It's I mean, it's
It
great.
feels like a lot to my brain
No, like I
because
go
my
for
eyeballs would not be able to not stare
mhm.
at your junk.
Yeah.
And then I would feel very bizarre. Like you'd be like, Brittany, my eyes are up here. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, but
Like it would be a very weird
I'm gay, so it's fine.
like, look at it. Look at it.
But no, I literally woke up. Was it yesterday? Did all of that happen yesterday? It literally did. I woke up yesterday morning and I was like, I need to look fucking phenomenal for when I go to Bali in June. Like it is gonna be
Right.
hot. It's gonna be like hot as in the sun, but also like hot. Like hello. So I was just thinking, I was like, you know what? I this may be a once in a lifetime trip, once in a
That's true.
lifetime opportunity. Like I may only have the chance to look hot in Bali once in my life.
Sure.
And I need to do it the right way.
Sure.
And the gay handbook says when you go on vacation out of the country to this hot tropical ish environment, you have to wear a Speedo once. Once, just once.
Sure. To be fair, I don't know a gay man that doesn't regularly wear a Speedo. So,
I'm right here.
right.
I don't
So,
think I've ever worn one. We're about to change
well,
that.
yeah, but like now we're actively shopping for one. So, like, you're
Mhm.
basically there. So, like, no, here we are. So, I know I support it. Fantastic. We love that. We love that.
What's your ache and relief?
What is my ache and relief of the week? So, my ache of the week. Did I write it down? I might have written it down so I didn't forget it. I don't remember what my ache of the week was.
Not saying me.
Chris, the world is not about you. It's not all about you.
So that's funny because my husband says that every once in a
I
while.
believe that your
He
husband and I say
now
many of the same things.
he does picks and chooses when he
Mhm.
pulls that one out of the arsenal.
This feels like it should do something.
It's charges your phone.
What?
Yeah,
What?
built-in phone charger. Yeah,
Oh my God. Fascinating.
yeah.
I had no idea.
You know that's funny. When we had your phone plugged in last week, we probably just could have like had it over here that entire time. Just like how you were like, oh my god, we need a stand for this iPad, and literally it just hit me today. I'm like, well, why don't we use my tablet holder that I've had for years now,
Sitting upstairs. Yeah.
sitting upstairs, but we
You're
got
lucky
here.
you're pretty. So there, you get away with a lot. No, I don't remember what my ache of the week is. I do know my relief of the week, and it was actually supposed to be my relief of the week last week, but it's important enough that it's just gonna like residually carry over. My brother's gravesite has not had a headstone since he died in 2022. And it has infuriated me. I have offered to pay, I have tried so many different things and I can't do anything about it because it was locked down to where only like, the rattlesnake and my other brother had access to be able to alter that.
She's a cold-hearted snake.
Look into her eyes.
eyes.
He's been telling
Telling
lies.
lies.
Yeah. But I went to see my brother the other week ago to take, like, my son wanted to go before he left the state. And so we go, and lo and behold, there is a beautiful headstone. So she has finally purchased the headstone almost 4 years later. 3.5 years later, we finally get a headstone. And it was like this moment of like, it catches your breath, right? Because I was unprepared, and it does do this little bit of like finalization and
Like
also
everything's now like
Yep.
the final piece of the puzzle
Stuff.
has been put together.
Yeah. But it was also like, finally, that this
Finally.
can be like laid to rest. He can be laid to rest. He deserves to be
Properly.
in this beautiful marked space in this beautiful area. He has such a beautiful plot. But like he's getting this like little plastic flower holder and a faded marble placard. Like what? Like he's basically unmarked. That's
Mhm.
inappropriate, unacceptable behavior. But he finally has it, and it's actually beautiful, and we love that. So that was my relief in it. Like
Oh, what
brought
a
me a
nice
lot of
little
peace.
surprise
Yeah,
that was.
it was a lot of like peace and closure, and that was nice.
It's always like the unexpected things during the week
Yeah.
that you're like, that actually made my week
Yeah,
a little bit better.
a lot of it better.
A lot of it.
Like, it was very, very nice because it has been something like I actually stopped going to see my brother because I would get so angry about it. And there wasn't anything I could
Just
do
a
about
constant
it.
reminder of like, oh, okay, yeah, we're still doing
We're
this.
still doing this.
Year
Yes.
after going on
Mhm.
year 4.
Right.
All right. I would just be maybe not irrationally upset because I feel like this is a rational thing to be upset about.
Yeah.
Like every time I would go, I would just be like angry.
Angry. And that's what it was because I enjoyed going. I enjoy spending time there and things like that. But it just got to this point, like right after his 3rd anniversary, when we're going on year 3 and it's still this unacceptable.
Well-
So I was just like, I can't come and be angry. So I just probably shouldn't come, which was sad for me, like, because I like going. But
Here we are.
Here we are. And it's lovely. It's beautiful. So that was my relief, and it brought me a lot of peace. And I know anybody that's like been around for a while or followed me on social media for a while, like it's been a big thing. So that was very nice. That was my relief.
Hey,
I still
love
don't,
that for you.
yeah, I still don't know what my ache is. I think I've had like ultimately I had I think like work stuff is my ache. It was a rough week where I just felt like I was doing like 4 people's jobs at once. That will pass. It's just a moment in time. Comes with the territory. So not really worth complaining about.
I
But
think we've all been there where
Right.
we've always gone through this like period of like, oh, yep, we're down staff. It's time to
right.
just do the things and get through it and hope more staff show up.
Right. I mean, and so that's sort of, it's not worth complaining about, but that made the days long and frustrating, and it is what it is. But
We survived. We're here.
but we're here.
We made it another week.
Yeah. I wrote so many notes this week. We'll deal with that later.
I think your cup is the problem. Like, it's not the cup holder.
You know how many people carry this exact brand of cup around all day, every day? More people than own this style of couch.
I think maybe people need to be open to different cups.
Why? No, I don't even use other cups. Like, I had a whole like brain glitch over that. Like, no, I use the same type of cup.
Like, look at this.
Yeah, I see that works for you. That's not cute. Notice how my cup matches my pants.
Oh,
we're cutesy over here. What?
Sorry, I'm still learning how to be gay. I'll have my bedazzled
Notice
jewel
how my strap
water
matches my
next week.
pants. Like, it's like, so to just carry around that thing in my hand,
It's
like,
thick, not gonna lie. No rebuttal. No. We're moving on.
the 12-year-old boy in me is still just like reeling from that comment. Yikes.
Anyways,
Look, I did write notes. Chris the slutty gay. No, that's literally my note at the very bottom. Because you keep using that. Like, I'm in my slutty gay era. I'm slutting, like you said it last week. When you were like with the jorts and the little mesh top. You were like you literally said slutty gay jorts. And then you text me something this week and you're like, talking about Bali. And you were like, I want to like be like hot and in my slutty gay Speedo. And so like everything is like this, you're in your like slutty gay era, but like not really slutty, but like look slutty but not be slutty. Like, it's just actually hilarious the amount of times that I've heard slutty gay in the past.
In the past like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's like, I'm just, as the Supreme, I think I'm coming into my prime.
No, hardcore. Yes, 100%.
Like, the hair is flowing. It's great. The weight loss has been fabulous. My cuticle, like seriously, everyone better watch the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
this time
becoming
next
very
year,
powerful.
this time next year, like, I'll have to wear sunglasses inside to even look at you.
I've even thought about getting a tattoo. I've thought about getting my ear pierced, like all of these different little things. I know, like
Okay,
I've
alright.
kind of
Can
gone
we, like
I'm going a little crazy, but I'm being rational about it. I'm not doing anything like right away. But no, these are thoughts I'm having. I'm like, "Ugh, what if I have my ear pierced? Like, would I like that? Would I like
no,
having a tattoo?
no.
I think the tattoo part,
I'm like, you would
I'm a
hate having
baby.
a tattoo.
I think I couldn't handle the pain.
Anybody that tells you that they don't hurt is in fact lying to you.
I knew it.
Yeah, no, they're actually lying to you.
Well, my husband, he literally he has that big, nice
Oh, he
tree
does. Yeah,
tattoo.
yeah.
He laid there for that for like 5 hours and was like, "Yeah, it." I mean, he was like, "I mean, it hurt, but it was fine." And I'm like, "Okay, but like you're like a grr, like you're a big, strong man, and I'm
And
a little
also, like,
princess."
there's parts of that because right, I also have tattoo all over that part of my arm. Like,
How
parts
have I never? No, I knew you had to. Did I?
yes.
Yeah, but what
It's
is
all
it?
up
What
here.
is it?
It's a moose on a
What?
waterfall.
I don't think I ever knew it was a moose,
It's a
though.
moose on a waterfall. Like, it was a picture I took of my brother, and this
Aw.
was a picture of a moose that my brother took. Brother was standing on this particular rock in the original photograph of this waterfall.
Wow.
And then I didn't want a picture of my brother on my arm, but we had this other picture of a moose that we had had together. And so I was like, put this moose on my arm instead of my brother. So that is what is down here is this picture of my favorite waterfall in the state. I'm gonna gatekeep that because
So Waterton Canyon back there.
no,
Oh, Cheeseman Canyon.
no.
After you say you're not gonna tell it, I'm just like,
I,
"Tell
like,
me.
and
Tell
also
me."
no, not at all. Like, you have to go up into Rocky Mountain National Park. So, and this moose, and then it goes up here because the forest, and then the forest up here, which I can't get my sleeve up any higher, bursts into flames. And
Oh,
this is all of this is a phoenix.
how long did the you see, but I wouldn't do
And then
anything
like
like
the wings wrap around.
I'd
I'm
get
like, that's
something.
cute.
Well, no, I was gonna say, like, I would probably do something bold and expressive, but something that makes you turn around and be like, "Yes, queen." Like, yeah, like, something that sends a message, but something that's fun, but
Do
something
you
that
do you have an example of a human being that you saw a tattoo on them and you were like, yes, that is a message? Because like I don't. I can look at tattoos and be like, phenomenal art, phenomenal tattoo. I like that. That works. That's beautiful, whatever. But never have I been like, yes, that is a message because I feel like tattoos are personal and they're personal messages that
Mm,
nobody else would get.
mm.
You would never get how powerful this entire piece of art on my arm is.
No, I think that's a fair question, and the answer is yes. I can't tell you a specific example, but I know that they're out there.
All right. Well,
They're out there. So
I
to
know
be determined. Maybe I'll
it's
get maybe I'll show up with a tattoo next week.
probably not.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, if you want a good tattoo artist, you're not getting in the next week.
Uh, yeah,
That's not an all the way thing.
that's true.
That's planning. But nonetheless, so well, I mean, maybe you will. Maybe you'll come in with a picture of Tinkerbell on your ass.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, but that's funny that that was in my notes. Sunny gay. And that is how I wrote that note down so that I would remember. No, I was talking. Can we talk about something important?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for once. Yeah.
for once ever.
All right, serious mode activated. Dim the lights.
So I was talking. This came up because I was having a conversation with my son a few weeks ago, and he has always been very approachable, like ever since always. So like all the little girls in school that had issues with mom and dad would run to him. All the little girls with issues with eating disorders would like run to him. The girls with their self-injurious behaviors would run to him. And he's like, I don't know how to deal with that per se, but I know someone who does. And he would send them to me all the time. So the amount of children that showed up at my door because my child was like, you could talk to my mom.
Just shows up randomly, like, hey,
Hey,
so I don't
I
know you, but I know of
I
you,
know of
and you
you.
can help me.
I literally one morning woke up to like a 12-year-old little girl sitting on the foot of my bed. And I was like,
Am I seeing
I
things? Am I
said,
having a supernatural experience right now, or
"Oh."
are you legit?
I was like, what are you, like, I knew her, right? But I was like,
Hi, how'd you
what
get
are you
in
doing? I
here?
said, where's Corbin? She's like, I don't know. He went out to play, but like, or wherever he went. I don't know where he went because I'm also like, I was sleeping. My child would have gone out to play without permission. So I don't know where what, maybe he went to his dad's or something. Like, I have no idea where he was. He was not there though. She was. I said, where is Corbin? He's not here. I said, what happened? And she's like, well, he told me I needed to come talk to you. And she gives me all of this information about how she has been trying drugs. At
Oh,
that time, it was marijuana, but she's also, again, like a little nugget of a human.
yeah.
And I was like, why? Like, so this is very normal.
Uh,
Corbin would come home and be like, this girl was talking to me about her self interest behavior. And I was like, I don't, but you can talk to my mom. So and so is probably going to come by.
have a
And if
little
she
therapy
doesn't,
session.
yeah. And if she doesn't come over, like, what do I do? And I was like, you need to go tell a grown up at school so that that information gets back.
Yep.
Right, to the people that can help her if she never shows up my way, because I promptly took said girl on the edge of my bed to her mother's house and was like, "Hey, we need to have a chat." And she was fine with that, right? She
Mhm.
obviously knew, and I was like, "This is what we need to do." And she's like, "Well, can you come with me? I like that would be better if you can come with me." Sure. So I've always just been the safe adult. I'm a safe adult. Which
We love that. We
we
love an ally.
we love a safe adult. So this has always been a conversation with my kids. We talk about mental health. They're very aware of mental health. They're very aware that we take things seriously. They're very aware that we don't just randomly get mad and say ridiculous things like, I'm going to kill myself if that's not what you mean, right? Like words have power.
Meaning.
Yeah. So and they've always known this. So now you fast forward all of these years and they're grown ass men. And so we're talking and it gets brought up and he asks in conversation and he's like, why, essentially the question is, and my question that I had said to you earlier, like,
Mhm.
why is it that people are essentially letting their identity be their diagnosis, right? You're diagnosed with borderline personality. You're diagnosed with depression. You're diagnosed with anxiety. I mean, it doesn't even need to be serious, right? It can be anxiety, not to minimize anxiety. It is serious, but it can be things that are more like day to day ADHD, all of the things, all the way down to like, I'm diagnosed with autism spectrum.
Mhm.
I'm diagnosed with this, that, or the other. And people now are like letting it be their identity. So, did we shift somewhere in the world while trying to normalize these things and allow safe spaces to talk about them?
Mhm.
Did we shift too far on the spectrum to where it's like we're not just talking about them to normalize them, but we are like their identity now, and how many times people are using that as justification, right? You have borderline, which also that is 100% treatable and also a real beast of a
Mhm.
diagnosis that we should not be bragging about is my 2 cents. But we should not be if you are lashing out at people because you have such big emotions, right? Like we're looking at borderline. Borderline has such big emotions, big
Yep.
reactions, like things like that. Lots of uh, big behaviors to self-soothe, whether that's alcohol, sex, drugs, shopping, right? Like big behaviors to soothe, which, okay, we know this. This is okay. But now I'm mad at you. I'm lashing out at you. I'm screaming and yelling at you. I'm calling you names. I'm now emotionally abusive to you. Do I just get to be like, well, that's my borderline?
That was Patricia.
Yeah, that was my borderline. I just have borderline, so it's fine. Like, we're using it as an identity and we're using it as an excuse, when in the other side of that, we should have been using that as educational to be able to say, you know what? I have borderline. My reactions are very big. I apologize and I am working on that.
I think that's the more appropriate kind of approach. I think it's hard because we all have different mental health stuff,
Mhm.
different physical stuff, like cognitive disabilities, delays, whatever that looks like. And I think, I think looking at my own stuff, I view mental illness as being it is a part of
Mhm.
who I am, but it is not
Ooh,
it
yeah.
is not who I am. It
Correct.
is part of what makes me a whole person. And I do think it is powerful to talk about these things, to have the conversations, to make space for it. But I also think that, like, let's take OCD, for example.
I had a note about that because the other week ago, you had jokingly been like, "My OCD, da, 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 da." Like,
I actually fully like, I haven't been formally diagnosed with it. However,
yeah,
I'm a pretty big, like, germaphobe. Like, I have to wash my hands pretty consistently after doing like,
hence the
touching.
cuticle problem.
Yeah. Mm. I think me constantly
Yeah.
washing my
No,
hands
that's 100% the
is
cause.
why they're so dry.
Yeah.
But I try not to, like, it's not like I go around and say, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to go wash my hands for the 12th time because I have OCD and need to wash."
Well,
I
like
think
projecting it onto
other people,
everyone.
everyone, and making it everyone's
Mhm.
problem. And I also think, like, you make a good point in talking about, like, the lashing out, because I've had moments in my life, and I'm sure we've all had moments in our lives where we are feeling big emotions. We don't know how to
Mhm.
express that for one reason or another. And yeah, like, I would argue that we can be verbally and
Mhm.
emotionally abusive to the people around us because they're taking the brunt of that.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I've worked really hard on being like, "I'm sorry, I'm recognizing that, like, this is not an appropriate reaction, and it is not something that, like, you have done or said, like, this is a me thing,
Yeah,
I'm working on it, and I'm sorry about that."
right.
But I don't think we should be necessarily, like, using it as excuses, because I
Right.
think, like,
That wasn't the purpose of it. The
it's
purpose,
hard.
awareness, but it wasn't to excuse.
Yeah, and it's hard because I think of something like depression, right? Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to be judgmental and say that, like, the person who is so depressed, like, and they're claiming, like, well, that's why I can't get a job. I
Mhm.
can't go to work because I'm super depressed, or I can't find a job because I'm super depressed.
Right.
And that's hard because I want to respect that, but at the same time, you need to take steps to try to make that better, I think, like, whether that's
Well,
seeking out. And whether
if you
that's
know, right, you've given power to the title, which now is now what do you do with that? Like if you are self-aware enough to say, I am depressed and this is getting in my way. It's actually now your
the
responsibility
ball's in your court,
to go seek help, seek treatment, seek
a
and put in the
medication,
work
whatever that
and
looks
put in the work. Now, just side note because like that depression is such a beast of
mm,
it's a
it's
beast
hard.
of an illness,
It's hard.
right? Like depression killed my brother. So like I'm certainly not over here ever minimizing that to say even with because like my brother did have a lot of, he was doing a lot and he was very aware and he put a lot of effort into it. And at the end of the day, it's a disease and he lost his battle to said disease. But your statement is still accurate because you could also be diagnosed with cancer and you could sit here and do nothing about it and let it consume every bit of you and just be like, oh, well, I have cancer. I have cancer. I have cancer.
I
I have
can't do
cancer. I
this, I
can't
can't
do
do
anything.
that, like,
I'm in so much pain. I can't do this. I can't do that, which is terrible. But like, why? Like, if you have the ability to go to the doctor, and again, I say if you have the ability, because
mhm.
we know that not everybody has access to care.
What? That's crazy. I
Uh,
never would have thought that.
yeah, 2026, and here we are. People still don't have access to medical care, but I
But what
digress.
do we know?
So I do think that there is that, but like, yes, you need to do something about it. You can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna wither away and like wait for the doom and gloom to come because yeah, then it's going to come.
I think it's one
Or you
of
could be
those.
proactive and the same way cancer still might get you,
Yeah,
depression still might get you. Or it might not.
or it might
I
not.
had debilitating depression with 2 little kids running around, and I didn't want medication, I didn't want treatment, I didn't want any of this, and they got to a point where I was like, "I'm going to die
Yep. Like,
or I'm
I
going to lose
literally
my
cannot
children. I
function,
can't do
I
this.
can't do basic things, like and I think that's the other piece, right? Like, we kind of grew up in a world where it just wasn't, it wasn't talked about, it
Yeah,
wasn't like, "Oh, if you're struggling, reach out," anything like that, and I think, like, kind of shame on us as society for allowing it to go on as long as we did, and I also still stand by the fact that you once you recognize like take the time you need to process like if you're getting a really serious like diagnosis like cancer like take a week process it eat all the junk food rot away in
yeah, do what
bed
you
like
gotta do.
but then I think life is kind of what you make it right so if you actively know like you're in this state of like well, I have cancer or I'm depressed or I'm anxious. And like, because there are people with anxiety that don't even want to leave their houses,
Right.
right? Like things like that. And it's like, well, if you don't take steps to try, even just trying, right? Like,
Yeah,
because you can try and then I don't call it failures.
pick
I call it
yourself up and
learning
try again.
experiences, right? Like
Yeah,
you learn about like, okay, this was helpful. This thing that I did today was helpful. Or maybe it wasn't and it was a complete disaster and it
right.
made you so uncomfortable and you're like never doing that again but at least now
Yeah.
like hey I tried this thing it didn't quite work for me what's next what are the next steps that I can take
And I think like on like the one end of the spectrum, right? Like we look at like medication type treatment. Whenever I was in the thick of all of my personal stuff, was originally prescribed medication inaccurately and it made things worse.
mm-hmm
And so I was like, this is why I don't do meds. And then after my last suicide attempt and was in the hospital for so long, they were like, what the hell? Like, no, we need to fix this. And
all of it
all of it, fixed it, massive swing in indifference, right? So, like,
you're a
on the one
brand
hand,
new
you went,
woman
yeah, 100%. So, on one hand, you could have something as simple as like medication and be like, this isn't working for me. Go tell somebody. You know you
yeah
better than anybody else. Like, if it's not working for you, it's not working for you. You can say, this isn't working for me, and you can try something else. I also, on a less drastic measure of, I, I remember my ache. I remember my ache of the week.
there it is the light bulb I just watched that the light bulb just went off in your head
That's ADHD. While we're on the topic. But then the other side of that is less drastic and like I don't like meditation. Like, right? It's too loud, it's too busy in my head. So meditation doesn't I can't be comfortable. It's actually physically uncomfortable to me. Whereas other people are like, this is great. This
just
is
it's so
zen.
zen
Like no zen for me. There's no zen. I don't know what zen even fucking means. Like there's
so
no zen.
meditating out by the koi pond with
No,
no breeze no sound
no.
nothing
That
not
sounds
relaxing
that sounds very, very, very stressful, right? So, like, yes, not everything has to work. There's so many different things out there. Try a new thing. If your thing, we talked about it a little bit last week. If your thing's not therapy, okay, but go talk to somebody. You have friends. I mean, I hope you have friends. I'll be your friend.
if you don't have friends we'll be your
We'll be
friends
your friends. If you don't like meds, is there something different? If this med didn't make you feel good, could you talk about that? Can you put a name to that? All of those types of things. So but I don't like that society now has the younger generation, which I mean, you're still probably right up in that younger generation that I'm referencing, but
It's because I'm so young, I know.
right. But like just running around using a diagnosis, like, well, I'm bipolar.
I remember
Why
that
are
a
we
lot,
running
actually.
around talking about being bipolar? Why are we so proud of a diagnosis? Like we're wearing diagnoses anymore as like a badge of honor. Like I have self-interest behavior. I'm suicidal. Like, no, that's not a badge of honor. So serious medical conditions that we
I
should not be
well,
throwing around like confetti.
it's interesting that you say that. I wonder if there is a generational component to it because I feel
There
like
is.
my generation being a Gen Zer and then the generation below me, I think is Gen Alpha, maybe.
Like the one we're in right now,
The one below me, so whatever that
like the newer one. Like, are you using below as like the one
yeah,
after you?
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Well, what are we in right now?
I have no idea. I can't
I
keep
don't
track,
know.
but that I think they like growing up in this world, especially with technology and social
Huh.
media and all the things, like we're seeing these young people just kind of spew their stuff like all over the
Mhm.
place. And I don't know if I've formed a concrete opinion as to whether or not how I feel about that, because on one hand, I know a lot of young generations like myself um, use mental illness kind of in a humorous way. Like literally I can be scrolling on
Yes.
TikTok and there'd be like this like TikTok talking about depression and someone could be like, LOL, I have depression, anxiety, all the things. And it just is what
Well,
it is. Like just
well,
very casual.
I throw it out very flippantly as well, right? Even whenever I'm like, I was sad last week, like I will be like, I was a depressed burrito. Was I literally depressed and probably unable to get off of my couch? Yes, because I was fucking sad. And when I feel feelings and I have emotions, I feel them really, really, really big. And also, like you were saying, like give yourself that space to do it and then move forward,
Mhm,
right? So you don't get to be a depressed burrito forever over things that are outside of your control, but you do get to feel however you need to feel in that moment. And if that moment is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 days, I'm not mad at you. Feel your things, right? I'm not
mhm,
judging that, but also like feel them in an appropriate manner of time.
yep.
So I do agree that there can be a lot of like joking. And so I know, and I've joked about it a lot on podcasts over the past year and things like that. I do say things, or I just did. I was like, oh, ADHD moment, right? Like I
It's
throw
kind of like
things
Laura
out.
Rose saying, "Oh, well,
I love
I'm gonna go
being
take a bath with a toaster," or if I slip and hit my head and fall beneath the watery surface, so be it, Mr. Rose.
right,
Um,
right. And she's like living in the closet as well.
screeching.
Screeching. Yes. So I think you can joke about it. And like, I mean, it might make others uncomfortable, but I think there is some sort of normalcy to like the jokey jokes of it all. But I think there is this other space of like just wearing it as your identity. Like I'm not gonna walk around and be like, hi, my name is Brittany. I'm a Leo. I've been diagnosed with, blah, 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 blah. I will never give all of my diagnoses on this TikTok or what is this? On this podcast.
Podcast.
I mean, maybe I've been diagnosed and undiagnosed multiple times. So like things change, but like that's not who it's not who I am. Like you said,
It's a
like
part
it's
of
a
you.
part of who I am. It's a part of this journey that I've been on that I'm very, very proud of, but it is not my identity. And because if it was, I'd still be there. I would still be exactly who I was at 23 years old whenever I was sitting in the mental hospital after one of many suicide
Mhm.
attempts.
Well, and I think, like, I know it's hard to compare, but I also think of it in the sense of like, it's kind of like being gay, right? Like being gay is a part of me and it
Sure.
is a big part of who I am. I mean, like, God, I'm fab. I'm a gem. Like I really am. Like
Most fabulous
I
game Jim.
I truly don't know how I do it, but I always manage to pull it off. Talent, pure talent, I think. Um, but so yeah,
Gifts. It's a
just a
gift.
very small part of me.
Sure.
And again, like that doesn't make me any worse than anyone else, any better. It's just like we all have different backgrounds, identities, beliefs, different things that make us who we are.
For sure.
And all of those come together, and here we are.
And here we are. Because I am not gay. I am also fabulous in every way, shape, and form. And remember when I suddenly came into my own as well. So, like, same, but different. But it's not because you were gay that happened. It's just because that's who you are as a person.
Mhm.
You're just a fabulous human being.
Thank
Like,
you.
okay, see what I did there? So like, and you can be a fabulous human being and be gay. You can be a fabulous human being
Not be gay.
and not be gay. You could be a fabulous human being and have a mental health condition. You could be a fabulous human being and have cancer. The same way you could be a fabulous human being and show up tomorrow with a broken leg. Like shit fucking happens and we got to figure it out. Let's talk about the next week. Let's talk about you want to talk about my LGBT journey?
Yes.
Okay, we can do that. I will prepare for the shame.
Will
Ah,
I judge you?
as you should, as
Just
you should.
okay.
I mean, remember the time and like I'm older, so it's a different generation. I make no excuses though. But yeah. All right. Until next week.
Goodbye.
Don't be red and great. Toodles, toodles, bye.